Sharad bhai, so your journey has been very, interesting. So, like you were actually born in UAE. So, how did the cricket journey start?
Uh, Actually, I used to play with my brothers and brothers' friends, just collecting the ball in the field and passing it back to them in the car
Hmm.
parking areas in Dubai when we were there. Then after that, we came back to Nepal and joined one of the cricket academies here, and after that it started.
And so, when you came to Nepal, what was the procedure to get selected? Like, and what was the domestic structure in Nepal like at that time?
It was used to happen like club tournaments first, and after that you get selected for the district team, and then the
Hmm.
regional team, and then the national camp. So it was somewhat similar like India, but not so many cricket players here. We have very few numbers. If we compare it to India, definitely very few numbers.
Yeah, and did you ever think that you can actually make a career in cricket? Like I had seen, I read an article about you that there was a time in somewhere in 2002 or three where you are like, now there are only two chances: either I get selected or I leave cricket forever.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, before it was very tough. You can't like imagine how we can't have a career out of cricket actually. But now
Hmm.
it's improved a bit. There were
Hmm.
no daily allowances, nothing. We were just playing cricket for the country, and that was the biggest motivation for us. So, we never thought of making a career out of it, or like earning money or something else. Just the
Hmm.
love for the game, drove us ahead to play, cricket for the country.
How much family support did you have when you told them that you want to make a career in cricket?
Not at all. I mean, it's very tough at that moment. You had to
Hmm.
lie to your parents and maybe bunk some classes from school and colleges and then go and watch cricket, whatever tournaments. Like I was very small and whatever national tournaments used to happen here, then I used to just sometime miss colleges and lie to my parents that I'm ill and then go out and watch the games or play cricket because
Nepal
as
has
you know,
always,
yeah,
yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
Nepal has always been a sports-loving nation. They love their football. They also support cricket very well. Like for even for a local game, I've seen many people
Mhm.
for the games. So how much was that kind of support for you?
Yeah, one of the things that motivated us as players to play for the country. Because,
Hmm.
as you said, like in even in some local tournaments like the Premier Leagues, which happens now, you can see thousands
Hmm.
of people coming in the stadium to support cricket.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that is the energy level in the grounds. Because of the crowd and all. That's the main
Hmm.
thing that drives us to the ground. So yeah, that's really lucky in our part to have such fans here as well.
And how are the facilities like? Nepal obviously did not have so many turf wickets on which you could practice, and you used to play
Mhm.
mostly on the mat wickets. So how difficult
Mhm.
was it to play the club cricket at mat surface and then come on to the real turf surface when you're playing big?
Yeah, actually, it's a very tough adjustment to say because, as you said, there are not many tough grounds now as well. The
Hmm.
facilities hasn't changed much, to be honest. That's a
Hmm.
sad part, but it's about making the best of the facilities and giving your best in the ground. So we got used to it. We never thought of
Hmm.
we don't have great facilities or much turf wickets. So we
Hmm.
used to try and adjust, and we still do the same. We try and adjust as much as we can. We just have one good quality international cricket ground right now,
Hmm.
which is
Hmm.
of a ODI status. But
Yeah.
I think we really need some grounds coming up, and there are a few grounds coming up in different regions of Nepal now. But
Hmm.
the turf qualities are not that great. Like it's something like the Kangal League wicket in Mumbai. Like it's not easy to
Yeah.
bat.
and you made your the under 19 debut at a very young age. You were part of the Nepal under 19 team that toured India, like in 2004, I think. So, what was that
Hmm.
experience like?
I think that was in 2003, the first under 19 I played. In
Hmm.
that time, the Indian under 19 team actually came to
Hmm.
Nepal, first time.
Oh, all
And I
right.
think Ambati Raidu, he was the captain.
Hmm.
And we played a
Hmm.
three-match series. So that was my first experience with the under 19 team. And it was great to play with such a
Hmm.
good team. There were players like Dinesh Karthik, Ambati Raidu, and many others. I might be
Hmm.
forgetting a few names, but yeah, it was a great
Hmm.
experience. I was very young, and it was a great opportunity to learn and see how
Hmm.
the big teams play and the big players play. So yeah.
Did you all get any chance to interact with any of the Indian players or the Indian coach at that time?
Uh, no, I don't remember much. It's a long time back, 17, 18 years ago. But definitely we
Hmm.
had some official dinner function
Hmm.
after the event.
Hmm.
So I remember a little bit, but specifically I don't remember much. But I
Hmm.
know Rena was also there and he was very kind to
Hmm.
talk to us and many other guys. So yeah, it was fun. And after that also we got an opportunity to meet them in different places.
Hmm.
So it's always good to interact with them, as they have played a lot of cricket than us. It's always a
Hmm.
good experience to talk to them.
And you made the international debut for the Nepal senior team at a very young age as well. But
Hmm.
Nepal was, I think, at that time they were playing some Division 5 cricket or something like that. So, how big was it for you, and how important was it for Nepal as a country to play and then come up from Division 5 to Division 2, Division 1 that time?
Yeah, that's the main target, to always climb up. Like we used to
Hmm.
watch these other associate nations which were higher ranked than us, like Netherlands,
Hmm.
Ireland, Scotland, and all. So
Hmm.
yeah, the big feeling that we can also reach there was after the 2014 qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers.
Hmm.
Once we
Hmm.
started beating ODI teams like Kenya and other teams, then the
Hmm.
belief came in. So slowly, as you said, like from 2010, from the Division 5 ladder, we climbed up every year to 4, 3, 2, 1, as you said, and now ODI
Hmm.
status, which was our main target. So yeah,
Hmm.
it was the journey has been really very tough and enjoyable, I must say. Very lucky
Hmm.
to have been part of the team.
And you've also played some cricket in Mumbai. You have played club cricket and corporate tournaments in Mumbai as well. So tell us about
Hmm.
that experience.
Yeah, because before, like when I started to come in Mumbai, it was around 2010, 11.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so because there was not much cricket, regular cricket in Nepal, like we had
Hmm.
international tournaments maybe once, twice in a year, like not
Hmm.
much. So,
Hmm.
I thought like it's the best way to keep myself busy coming into Mumbai and playing cricket as my father used to be from Mumbai and my brother used to live there.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I came there a few times, played for Payade Cricket Club, and
Hmm.
also got an opportunity to tour with you also in UK once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and also I got an opportunity to play around 2015, I think, uh, in the DY T20 tournament from Customs
Yes.
team once. So that
Yeah.
was also a good experience.
Hmm.
Yes, whenever I used to get an opportunity. Right now I don't come much, but because the cricket has like the number of matches has grown here as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, but whenever I come there, I go to Payade and practice there.
And so when you speak about UK, we had been to UK in 2011, I think. So, how much
Yes.
did playing in UK help you after, like when you came back from UK? How much that
Hmm.
playing that cricket in UK helped you growing as a cricketer?
It was more of a like desperation, to go to UK because I was already on my, like I was already in the senior team, but it was a tough situation then because I was about to decide whether to be on cricket or not because
Hmm.
I had to see a path where I could earn money for a living as well. So as so many cricketers from different parts of the world go to the UK to play club cricket as a pro, and so that
Yeah.
I just wanted to try my luck, like where it
Hmm.
goes. So
Hmm.
starting that, like I went from the club in Mumbai. I just forgot the name of the club. Do you remember?
Yeah, Jayashree
Uh,
Cricket Club.
Jai Sri Cricket Club. Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time there. Like 2 weeks time, I guess, and
uh,
playing for Jayshree and again so many teams. We traveled to two, three,
hmm.
counties. I think Wales and all.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
fun, good fun. But that time it was recession time. Like not much money in the club,
Yeah.
so nobody could
Hmm.
hire you as a player. But it was a good learning, as in playing the swinging ball and in the grassy wickets. I
Yeah.
never had in my life seen a green top wicket. Like in Nepal, we don't see it much. So first time playing in such condition was a challenge, as well as it was good fun. It was very good fun.
So I remember opening the batting over there and the ball just coming like a snake. And
Yeah.
out of 10, I used to get only one ball, and the rest 8 or 9 balls I used to get beaten. But on that same wicket, you scored almost 50 or 100 in each and every game, and you took 2 or 3 wickets as well. So, but
Mm.
you did not get any contract because, as you said, the recession had hit there, and not many players were getting contracts. So, how disappointed were you on
Mm.
not getting a contract?
It was like, yeah, because it was already the end of the season when we went there. So they
Yeah.
were about to, maybe they had taken my contacts for next season
Hmm.
for some of the clubs, but
Yeah.
then I think I never got a opportunity or
Hmm.
any email from any of the clubs. Uh, I never thought much, like I just wanted to go and try and see where it
Hmm.
takes me. But then after
Yeah.
2011, cricket started to grow here as well. We started winning
Hmm.
games in different divisions.
Yeah.
So after that, I never thought of going and playing there, unless, given a good opportunity. And
Hmm.
also because of the games of so many games Nepal were playing abroad. So
Hmm.
I didn't ever think of going out there again. But luckily, I got to travel with Nepal team later on. We got to play in
Yeah.
Lords, and also it was a good experience.
So that was in 2018, I think, when the Nepal team played a match against MCC at Lords.
Yeah, in 18 and before that in 16 or 17 also we played. So twice we have played now. Actually,
Hmm.
this year also in August they had invited us to play one match
Hmm.
against MCC, but this year I don't think it's going to happen because of the Corona thing. So hopefully, yeah, maybe because playing in Lords is always a great experience.
Yeah, that was supposed to be my next question. How was the experience of playing at
Okay.
Lords? And did you share any of your past experience of playing in UK with the other teammates, youngsters especially? Since you have already played in UK, so did you share your experience with them?
I don't think many of my teammates knew that I went to UK with Jayashree Cricket Club.
Hmm.
Not many of them
Hmm.
know, and most of
Hmm.
the teammates who were there in that time in 2011 I think only 3 or 4 of them are left in the national team right now. So most of
Hmm.
them don't know about it. But
Hmm.
yeah, sometimes some of the room partners I have definitely shared about the conditions there, and how good the clubs
Hmm.
are, like it's
Yeah.
so properly managed, right? The clubs and all.
Yeah. Correct.
The families coming there every weekend, it's such a nice atmosphere to play cricket.
Hmm.
Like I used to talk to the players like I wish like Nepal could also have such kind of clubs and with bars and where players can
Hmm.
enjoy after the game. So it's a
Yeah.
good culture that we can maybe bring up later on in the country. Yeah.
Hmm. You have played club cricket in Mumbai. You played club cricket in Nepal. You played club cricket in UK as well. So, what do you think are the differences of playing in these three countries?
Different main difference is the conditions, the environment, the
Hmm.
culture. Uh,
Hmm.
those are the main differences, and like when playing in Nepal, you almost know all the players, like what they do, how they
Hmm.
bowl or how they bat, so already you have a plan playing against them, you already have an idea
Hmm.
how to play. But when
Hmm.
you go abroad, you don't have these things in mind. You just like you go blank and you need to adjust according to the conditions. So yeah, that's a major difference what I find, and it's a challenge as well. So it's a good
Hmm.
thing. You get to learn a lot when you play with different players and different conditions.
Now we'll talk about the 2014 T20 World Cup. That was a big moment for Nepal cricket, very big. You were matlab, uh, almost on the verge to qualify for the main groups. You just lost one match,
Hmm.
one close match to Bangladesh in that tournament.
Hmm.
But throughout
Right,
the
right.
tournament, in the qualifiers, and the Nepal team was very consistent. So, can you
Right.
tell us about that journey?
Actually, things changed after Puvudu Dasanaiki, the coach who joined us in 2012.
Hmm.
After he came back, he came as a coach. Like we started working really hard. Like we were almost in the ground from morning to evening. Like I remember, we used to go to the ground around 8 and come back late in around 7 and 8 in the evening. So whole day and
Hmm.
night almost we used to whole evening we used to spend in the ground. So that hard
Hmm.
work actually paid off.
Hmm.
And it started mainly from the qualifiers itself in UAE for the World Cup qualifiers, because
Hmm.
it was like for a dream for us. Like we just had one international ground, one turf wicket ground,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
qualifying for the World Cup, it was always a childhood dream. And so going in that qualifier itself was a big thing, and then beating one of the big teams like Kenya and other teams, and
Hmm.
then qualifying for the World Cup, that gained a lot of confidence to the team. That gave a lot of confidence, and from that there on, we carried that confidence to the World Cup, and started beating teams. From out of three games, as you said, we beat Afghanistan and Hong Kong, who were
Yeah.
higher ranked than us. So
Hmm.
yeah, so those tournaments really was a confidence booster for all of us, that we also belong there, and we can beat the bigger teams. Actually, in the
Hmm.
under 19 levels, we had beaten all the most of the test playing nations,
Yeah.
but the senior team is a different level, as you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's yeah, beating those teams, like because Afghanistan had already played in some of the World
T20
Cups.
World Cup.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so beating them was our first target,
Hmm.
because Hong Kong and Afghanistan and Bangladesh were there. Obviously,
Hmm.
we had a good game with Bangladesh as well, but we couldn't make it through to the second round,
Hmm.
as you said.
And so, do you have any regret that after that World Cup, you couldn't qualify for the main event in 2016?
Yes, definitely, yeah, because we did so well in the 2014, and after that, next year there was the qualifiers in the UK, and but a lot of things went wrong in that time, because there was a big natural calamity, 2015 earthquake. If you have heard about it,
Hmm.
a lot of people
Yeah.
died, and we couldn't practice, and so many trauma going on. After the earthquake, also for a few months, in my experience, I remember even while sleeping, the bed is shaking. The aftershocks and all.
Hmm.
So there was no
Hmm.
environment of like playing cricket. Actually, it was something similar like now.
Hmm.
We were going through a tough phase. So without much of practice and all, we went to the qualifiers, and we actually failed very badly. Like we couldn't win many games, and we couldn't qualify, and it was very disappointing that time, as you said. Yeah.
But after 2 years, things changed for Nepal cricket. You got the ODI status. You got
Hmm.
a chance to visit Netherlands. The first series you played with the ODI status, you drew that series against the Netherlands, who were always
Yes.
very tough competitors, and especially in their home conditions. So, what was that
Yeah.
experience like?
It was amazing. Actually, I broke my finger in the first game as well. First game itself,
Yeah.
like in the second over
Hmm.
while diving, I broke my finger. So I
Hmm.
couldn't play the rest of the series. But then the team, yeah, we did really well. Like we came back strongly and we drew the series. And the first
Hmm.
ODI win is always special. And Netherlands is always a good team. They have also beaten some big teams like England and all in World Cups, and so beating them is always special. And on their home ground, as you said. But the thing is, we never feel like we are playing away from home. Wherever Nepal plays, there are a few Nepali supporters coming in to support us. And in the associate level, especially, I don't think any other team has support as much as Nepal. The supporters, they
Yeah.
always come to the ground because most of them are working abroad. And luckily, wherever we play, they come in huge numbers and support us. So that's an added
Yeah.
motivation for us, to beat teams in their own home ground. Sometimes it's funny, it feels like we are playing in their home ground, and it feels like it's our home ground as well, because we have more number of supporters than own their own
The
supporters.
Indian team is also used to of these things. Even if they play a
Yeah,
World Cup match in Australia,
yeah.
60 or 70% of the crowd is from India.
Actually, yeah, yeah. When you see in Australia, England, or wherever, yeah, see more of
Yeah.
Indians. Yeah,
And
that's
now we
amazing.
see many global T20 leagues are happening around the world, like the IPL, the Big Bash. And we see a
Hmm.
player from Nepal coming in, a young player from Nepal like Sandeep Lamishare. He's becoming
Right,
an
right.
integral part of the teams in IPL, the Big Bash. So, how has
Yes.
that affected the cricket in Nepal?
Yeah, it's amazing. If you see now in every academy, there are all the young guys bowling leg spin only right now, watching it. That's
Hmm.
the effect that has gone changed, like also other thing is, like as you said, we talked before, parents never used to
Hmm.
support us, like in Nepal especially. It's
Hmm.
it's a Parents are still in doubt that their children can make a career out of it, so they don't
Hmm.
motivate that much before. But now you see the change, that the parents carrying the kit bags of their children and bringing them to the coaching academies. So that was actually a big change for us, watching those kind of images. Yeah, it feels very, very
Hmm.
happy to be
Hmm.
to be a cricketer.
And they say Sandeep Lamechane is doing the same thing for Nepal cricket what Rashid Khan has done for Afghanistan.
Yeah, actually, he's a obviously leg spinners are strike bowlers and match winners. So he's
Hmm.
been doing really well. If you see his stats, also he has been taking a lot of wickets, and even all the leagues
Hmm.
around the world. If you see his performance is quite
Hmm.
consistent. It's something very
Yeah.
proud thing for us. Like
Hmm.
Nepal being, a country which is just coming up in cricket.
Hmm.
It's a big achievement for us. I guess he has made all of us realize that if we really work hard, definitely we can, play in IPL and other kind of leagues, whichever is going around in the world. Like now we have other two players also playing in other global T20 leagues. So
Hmm.
slowly, other players are also getting opportunity, which is a great thing.
And apart from the other events, even Nepal is coming up with their own T20 leagues, like the Nepal Premier League,
Mhm.
Everest Premier League, the one which happens in Pokhara as well.
Yes,
So,
yes.
how competitive are those events?
Yeah, we have been really lucky that we have around three leagues, 320
Hmm.
T20 leagues, where players are like hired and given some certain allowances and paid to play cricket. So yeah,
Hmm.
I mean we have foreign players also coming in all those leagues. I think two, three
Yeah.
foreign players are compulsory in all the leagues. So it's
Hmm.
growing actually, and lot of leagues. Out of those three leagues, I think two of those leagues have, most of them have Indian players, Indian domestic players,
Yeah.
Ranji players,
Hmm.
or other A division players. So it's always good
Right.
to play along with them and share
Hmm.
experiences, and it's always good. Yeah, I had last time got a Mumbai bowler. I forgot his name.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
he was there for us in the Pokhara Premier League. So yeah,
Hmm.
Umesh sir, if you know, Umesh sir was our coach, Umesh Patwal.
Yeah.
So he did
Hmm.
recommend us, and we have a few players from Punjab and Delhi. So it's good fun.
So players like Subodh Bhatti, Umukchan from Delhi, they've
Yes,
also been a
yes,
part of the.
Yes, actually, yeah, Subodh Bhati and Ravi Singh Mehra from Punjab. Even Ladda
Yeah,
Bhai, like leg spinner from Punjab, he was there last
Sarabjit
time.
Ladda.
Sarvajit Ladda, yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
And a lot of other names I'm not remembering actually, but yeah, a lot of players come. Actually,
So,
this year we missed the Everest Premier League, which is one of the biggest leagues in Nepal. Actually, Chris Gayle
mm,
and other big names were about to come this year, but hopefully in the after this lockdown gets over, the league happens,
yeah.
we'll be seeing a few good players coming in.
So you started your cricket, the professional cricket in 2002, and we are in 2020. So in 18 years, do you think there are any changes in Nepal cricket, especially in terms of infrastructure, the competitions? What are the major changes you see in Nepal
Mm.
cricket over the years?
Yeah, number of matches has gone up, but I still
Hmm.
feel it's very less. Like if you ask me how many matches we play in a year, including the
Hmm.
international matches, it's not around 50 also. So which is a very small number, I guess.
Hmm.
50, I shouldn't say 50. I think it's around 30 maybe 30 in a
Hmm.
year, so it's a very less number of games. So playing those
Hmm.
kind of games, like it's very hard to deal the international pressure when you go and play in the international level with other
Hmm.
teams like Scotland, Netherlands. They are so well prepared. It's
Hmm.
really tough situation, but slowly I
Hmm.
guess because we didn't have a board, last 4 or 5 years. Our board was
Hmm.
suspended also, so there was no funds coming in for the progress for the development of cricket. But
Hmm.
the government has been started to support a little bit. Before,
Hmm.
as I said, we never had too many grounds, but now grounds are coming up in different parts of Nepal, which is a good thing. So if
Hmm.
number of grounds increase, number of matches will definitely increase. More cricketers will play, which is a good sign to come up
Hmm.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, very hopefully, I think like in coming days, cricket will only grow from here in Nepal.
So you and Paras Bhai have been a part of Nepal cricket since so many years.
Hmm.
So how do you rate his captaincy over the years?
It's been amazing. I mean, he had been captain for I think almost 10 years, and like
Yeah.
the progress we made from Division 5 to 1 to ODI, it's been a tremendous journey. Because not many teams in associate levels go through that journey. I think one of them has been Afghanistan, who had come from Division 5, and the other
Hmm.
one has been Nepal. So it's been really we have been really lucky to have a leader like
Hmm.
him, and
Hmm.
to have reached the ODI level under him, and also to play a
Okay.
World Cup.
Yeah. So since there are lockdowns going on in all the countries, how do you motivate yourself to keep your fitness level maintained through in this lockdown?
Now, like being a cricketer, you have to keep up with the fitness. No, if you want to play
Hmm.
cricket for your country, then you have no other. It's like your job. So yeah, like
Hmm.
whatever body weight exercises or some weights that I have in my home, I work
Yeah.
out with it, and like sometimes go to run in the road. In the
Hmm.
maybe in the steep hills nearby. So it's not much of a difference, but as a team, haven't been able to work out together, which is uh,
Hmm.
which is a little disappointing. But hopefully, like we can only pray that this lockdown gets over very soon, and like we all get back to cricket very soon.
And do you have any message for your fans watching for this lockdown and this pandemic which is happening?
Uh, my only suggestion would be like, like obviously we have to stay as much as we can in the homes, like unless there is
Hmm.
an emergency. But
Hmm.
staying at home, we can do a lot of things, like we can learn new skills. We can, like
Hmm.
learn. There are so much online courses going on in the internet. You can join one of them, because gaining knowledge is always good, because you have that sense of
Hmm.
achievement, and definitely you can use
Yeah.
it somewhere in your in your future. And also definitely we have to exercise a little bit, because staying at home, it's not easy, because we have always been going out, like as sportsmen especially, we want to go
Yeah.
out and play, but staying at home, it's sometimes so frustrating. So I
Yeah.
am basically, my focus has been in learning new skills, in my diet,
Hmm.
to learn. I've joined some of the cooking classes, and to know more about my diet, and also I also joined some of the exercise, nutrition science, exercise science classes,
Oh,
which has been beneficial because it's gonna help my game. And also, I
yeah.
would suggest some people to learn yoga and meditation in this time because it really helps you to
Hmm.
calm your mind and
Yeah.
handle your emotions
Hmm.
positively. And that's
Correct.
my suggestion. And please stay at home. That's only I can say.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Sharad. Hope we see you and Nepal progressing very far and qualifying for the World Cup and even win the World Cup at some stage.